Right, today I'm making another batch of cheese up. Let me turn that off a minute. This time I'm making up a Wensleydale, and I've got in here 6 litres of full fat milk, raw. It's a raw milk I'm using. That's come from a friend. And I've brought it up to 30 degrees centigrade, 86 degrees Fahrenheit in temperature. And into it I have added, what have I added? Calcium chloride, which is that one. I don't know if you can see that, calcium chloride. And I've added I'm probably going to pronounce this wrong, mesophiliac culture. It's a little sachet of cheese culture. So that is in there. Now this has just got to sit here for 45 minutes. So I've set the timer. And yeah, so when the timer goes off, we'll do the next stage. The Wensleydale will be having, oh gosh, my mind ain't working today. It will be having cranberries mixed in it as well. I have done a Wensleydale before. I don't think I did a whole video showing how it was done. Anyway, we'll come back when we do the next bit, because the next bit is after 45 minutes, we stir in the rennet and then we leave it for another 45 minutes. So I'll go ahead with then a couple of stages and we'll come back to it when it's set firm and it's ready to cut the curds. Right, after the set for 45 minutes with the rennet, once it was firm, cut it into 1/2-inch cubes, let it rest for 5 minutes. So I've done that, and now we've got to heat it up to 32 degrees. Heat it slowly, stirring so that the curds don't clump together. And then after this, we allow it to rest for 15 minutes. So I'm going to do all that with the resting, bring it up to temperature. It's not far off it now. Oops. And then rest it for the next 15 minutes, and then we'll get to the stage where we're actually pouring out the curds, etc. Okay, we've done the resting after cutting up the curds, so now we're going to drain the curds from the whey. Right, onto is that going to fit across there? Yeah. Tie up the muslin. Oh, I've got caught. In here. tie it onto there, and then I'm just going to leave it suspended for a couple of hours over the pan without the colander to drain. There we go. So I can leave that to drain now for a couple of hours, and then we'll come back and do the next stage. Right, the next stage is chop up the cheese or the curds, and we're going to mix in 2 teaspoons of salt, chop that through. I've got the cheese mould ready. I've got 50 grams of cranberries, so they're going to go in. And then all of this is going into the cheese mould, where it will be pressed. I'll be leaving this to press overnight, and I'll be increasing the pressure over the next few hours. There we go. That's going to go on. Right, that's it in the cheese press. So we're going to do it at £11 for 15 minutes. The little thing pops up to tell me what pressure is on it. Then we'll remove the cheese from the mould, remove it from the cloth, turn the cheese over, redress all the cheese and press again for 12 hours at 20 kilos, which is £44. Then after 12 hours, remove it, and then we'll air dry it. So we'll come back to the cheese tomorrow. Right, it's the next day. And I've just taken the cheese out of the cheese press. There it is. It's still very wet. You can sort of see a wet sheen there on the top. So it is, yeah, very wet. So now this has got to be left to air dry for 4 weeks. And it will sit on this little rack here to allow the air to get underneath, and it will sit in the top of the fridge that I use specifically for cheeses and that, so the door isn't opened and closed all the time. But every day I will turn it like that on the rack, so that the moisture can drain and it dries in a balanced fashion. So we will come back to that in 4 weeks' time, and well, I'll show you on one of the videos in 4 weeks' time what the cheese is actually like. So thank you very much for watching my Wensleydale cheese making video. It hasn't gone into full depth. Oh, I haven't got the book here that I got it from. It's I use Mad Millie. It's from the Mad Millie's hard cheese making kit that I got many years ago, and you get a recipe booklet in there, and there's loads of different cheeses. So it's one of her cheeses that I use, and in the kit came the cheese press, the rennet, the chlorine, the salt, everything you need to make the cheeses that are listed in the book. So thank you very much for watching. You can, if you go onto my channel, you can, I think it's under preserving food, in the playlist, there is a Colby cheese there that I've done. And I think there might be a cheddar there that I've done before, and perhaps a few others. And the others, apart from the Colby, which I made a few weeks ago, the others have all been made from goat's milk, whereas this lot is made from milk from a friend's Jersey cow. So yeah, so thank you very much for watching. There will be more coming up at some point as I manage to get more milk. So hit subscribe, and if you hit that little notification bell as well. I'll have a look to see if I can find a link to the hard cheese kit that I initially bought. If I can find it, I'll pop it in the description below. But thank you very much for watching.